Like I had a bugless experience in Cyberpunk the first time I played it.
I also did too.
Really? Okay.
I had a really
I would have known that if I watched your video.
Well, it's funny if well, yeah, I even made like an explicit statement in that video 3 minutes in that said like, I'm not even going to talk about the bugs in the game. I don't even care about that. It's not about the performance. Because I played the game. I had a 2070 Super at the time, which I think was like decent.
Yeah.
And I ran it, and like I had problems, but it was nothing game breaking.
Yeah.
For people on console, that's a whole different story. Like the fact that they had to like pull the game off because it was like so bad.
They pulled it off of PlayStation 3.
Yeah, they pulled it off of like most stores.
Wait, did they make it for the PS3? And that was one of the biggest.
PS4.
But then they also
to 5, I think it
was it 4
no,
or 5?
I don't think 5 is out.
Remember.
I think it was, hey, we're going to make it for the system. Uh-oh, the system made it a really big...
They didn't optimize it well, and they knew it. Like, they released it and were like, this is not ready, because they've got some forces there to like,
which
now.
Then started the CD Projekt Red apology tour afterward, where they're like, they spent the next couple of years fixing their game.
Yep.
Which is where like Phantom Liberty was I cannot express how much. I mean, this is the most we talk games on Unsub in a long time, but
I know it's been a while.
Phantom Liberty was a reboot of Cyberpunk. Like it changed. It wasn't just a DLC like most DLCs
it went back, and I think it changed like the gameplay like in so many ways.
Dramatically. Like the entire skill tree was completely revamped. Like it was an entirely different player experience the entire way through.
I'm still so shocked that you enjoyed that game as much as you did. Like I'll kind of go into why, but
I like the story. Like the story, I think was really good, in my opinion.
That's funny because I hated the story.
Really? Okay.
That's why I was like,
the entire
good
video
debate, dude.
was specifically me just being like, I think this is like, I probably didn't word it as eloquently. I'll be honest. I'll take the L on that. I was probably like, this is the word. Like I should have been more like, to me, this is not a well-written story in the way that it should have been. And I'd love to kind of hear your feedback because I've kind of forgotten most of it, to be honest. But I love sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi guy. I like that stuff. I think it's a huge kind of like cancer in sci-fi when everything is just like this nihilistic, like, oh, dude, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Like, there's nothing they can do. Oh, isn't it so crazy how like this
Somebody
one
should
super
check on that
corpo?
guy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Just picked up on it. What? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Just make a
What?
dead
They just
Chester
released it.
joke.
They just
what?
Bennington. They just made a new album, right? Like, it's probably fine.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway,
Wellness check? Yeah, just in case. Oh God.
well,
That's when I love this group of
What
boys.
specific
Oh my
sci-fi
God.
universes are you
Right, there
thinking
wasn't a jump
about?
cut there at all.
but like he was talking about like Cyberpunk and like how it's just like so dystopian. He like it's kind of like his not or like you said it was like a scourge on the sci-fi.
I think
genre.
there's a lot of stuff in sci-fi where they set up these beautiful worlds. Like I think Cyberpunk is a good game, gameplay wise. I think there's a lot of good things there. The world is beautiful. I love looking around it. I love driving around in it. I think it's such a crime that the story of the game, at least when I played it, was just this neutered, like nothing matters. You're this like generic like douchebag guy who has like you can't really like make him any different than like what he's railroaded to be. And in the end, like you're stuck fighting this company that is this like the one thing you cannot do in Cyberpunk is take down Arasaka. And the whole game is about like, we gotta take down Arasaka. And it's like, geez, I wonder if that's gonna work. And then, can I say spoilers on a game that's 6 years old? I mean, like you kind of don't. Like they're all pretty like bummer endings, and it's like, to me, I much rather get invested in the people in the world there and just see like there's so many stories. And I think Phantom Liberty did a great job of this. If you see the anime.
Yeah, I love it.
Anime
fucking Edge Runners
cleared the story of the base game.
I actually agree. I agree with that completely.
Cleared it. The idea of like having like, oh, you can like put in cyber modifications to your body, but if you do it too much, you go nuts. And finding that balance of like how far can you push yourself and like lose your humanity and like lose your like sanity,
cyber psychosis,
and like
and all
the
that.
risk and like the story of there is like they have such a good risk reward in a storytelling. Like there's so much tension. What does that say about the world? Like you could extrapolate a million different directions. And Cyberpunk was like, nah, we'll make that a footnote and just be like. It felt like a safe company being like, let's make an edgy game about taking down a company without like really giving it balls to me. That's what I felt. And I'm here like curious to hear if you're like,
I agree with your take completely about Edge Runners. I'm not a big anime guy. Like I just never got the bug.
I'm not huge. Yeah.
loved it. As soon as I got 2 episodes in, I'm like, man, and one of these days Eli's going to follow my advice and actually watch it because it's really good.
2 episodes, 3 episodes in. I just got to finish it. I'm a piece of shit. Usually I have no problem watching anime. I'll let Brandon talk.
You putting it on your list?
I'm putting it on my list right now.
And Brandon has like 6 minutes, and then we'll have to continue the podcast without Mr. Brandon because he has to save the world.
I've got,
I'm sorry to hear.
unfortunately, like meetings and shit.
Yeah, sure,
like,
I know.
So,
all good.
yeah. Anyway, I agree with your take on Edge Runners. I think the story was probably superior. I didn't mind the aesthetic because so many of the elements of like the cyberpunk universe, to me, strike a parody chord where it's like it's satirizing this nihilistic future universe.
You thought it was satire?
It kind of feels like satire in the same way, a little bit.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. It is kind of like on the nose.
It feels like that in the same way that Starship Troopers is, to a lesser degree.
Yeah,
it's like a darker
Starship
Starship Troopers.
I'm just gonna limit myself to that. The I think there is a bit of parody in there, like the goofy like the advertisements, like the GTA type things, or like there is a bit of like we know what we're doing in this world. It just felt to me that like I hear that to a degree. It just felt like the game was advertised as an RPG where it's like you can be anything in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like, you can be anything. You have life choices, which I thought was like brilliant. Like you have the corporate life choice. You can choose like the street rat. You can choose whatever the other third one is, like unemployed,
Corpo,
like,
street rat,
a Twitch streamer or
nomad.
something. I don't know.
What's up, guys? What's up?
But that was a huge one because it didn't really affect.
It didn't do anything, like at all. And I remember being like, all they had. And I made this point in the video where it's like, imagine a game like this where you choose the corporate lifestyle, and now you have to masquerade as someone in the company and balance this double agent lifestyle. Like, okay, I'm like trying to fight the company, do all these other things. I'm not I don't know shit about video game writing. It's hard to do, but like imagine like having to balance that with like, oh, you have to build trust with the company too, and like maybe that puts pressure on your relationships outside of it.
I've done multiple playthroughs now because like this was like my comfort game for a while, right? Mm-hmm. I've done multiple playthroughs, and it does change things to that degree a little bit, not in a way that like largely affects the game, but there's one mission where you have to go in like Arasaka corporate and like go up a bunch of their shit, and like if you are a corpo, there's just a dialogue auction, which is basically like, I'm a contractor, let me in. And
see, I like that shit.
Like,
I like that shit.
You completely skip one of the bigger fights of the game.
There are, to the game's credit, there are a couple moments like that where there is like, you do have like a unique thing of dialogue there. I would just love to see that. I think the game, if you realize the game was like, people forget this. Cyberpunk was one of the most hyped games in the history of the gaming industry. Before like 2000, like before Witcher 3.
I remember when they came, that trailer for Cyberpunk 3.
I sat beside Doug Bowser at E3 2018 and watched the trailer for it.
Where Keanu walked out
trailer. I didn't get to see that part.
That the
this
one,
is
that
right
was the one
after
with like
that
the
one.
mantis blades come out. It's like that one chick that's just like, it's like a slow-mo thing.
That OG trailer.
The OG trailer. It was so cool. Like, it was like Witcher 3 in the future was like...
For context,
how'd the audience go for you, though? Like,
it was pretty great. So they did like that initial show. I wasn't invited to that one, but they did like an after one where Keanu wasn't there, but we saw the same thing. It was really cool. But yeah, I'm sitting next to this guy, and all these nerds keep asking him for pictures, and I'm like, who the is this guy? And then I finally asked him, I'm like, who's this fucking guy? They're like, oh, that's Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo USA.
You're just sitting next to
oh shit! I was just sitting there the whole time drinking a beer, talking shit about everything.
Nintendo sucks, dude.
This Mario Kart shit, gay.
Imagine charging like $90 for Mario Kart.
Imagine not having any backwards.
You actually were the one that gave him the idea.
Right?
You're right. $90. That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, you know those licensing agreement? Nobody reads those. You can put whatever in that shit.
No shit. They don't actually own the console. Yeah, we can brick it remotely.
No, we'll get mad at that. This is a great idea.
You were trying to say something before you had to run, though.
Oh, yeah. I think that's part of the context of why I enjoyed Cyberpunk so much. I didn't have any hype to it. I had no clue this game was even coming out.
I think that definitely makes it easier to enjoy because this game was everyone was like, we just want Skyrim, but in the future, like Grand Theft Auto style. Like, this is the game. Like, 10 years this game has been hyped up to like... And I had
none of that. I was told like, "Hey, this is a big game. You should download it." And I'm like, "All right."
I think that's actually a great argument for a lot of games that don't live up to the hype of the franchise, where it's like, this is a great X game. As a this franchise game, it doesn't live up to the others. Like
that would be really hard.
I've seen that used against a lot.
That's actually a really good point, because imagine making Expedition 34. Let's just say that's it.
That
would be such big shoes to fill. Where you're like,
God, I'm upset we didn't talk about Expedition
I
33
know.
on here.
Like,
God damn it.
now we can actually talk about it. And Brand's like, fuck, I want gold.
I mean, I'm still here tomorrow. Like,
There you go.
I'm not against it. Like,
just add on to it. I'm fine with that. I love that game. I know, Brandon, you have to go.
I do have to run. Sorry,
Okay.
guys, but no, dude, it was a pleasure. To
absolute
fucking talk
pleasure,
to you,
Brandon.
No, we'll have to hang more.
Like
He's here for 2 more days, so
yeah,
there you go.
I'll see you around. Love you.
Good one.
Love you, bud.
Good luck at whatever
saving the world.
back alley glory hole you're at.
Yeah. And what a man does in the comfort.
I still have $20. I got $20 on me, so I'll see you around.
Oh, I'm just picturing.
He just winked at me.